Welcome to the Rediscover Geek podcast. It's episode 24, titled Unjustice League. So they're supposed to be titled something different, but see, they forgot to make the update. So we had to go with the Unjustice League. I am your host, Christopher Jansen, or Chris Jansen, or Jansen.
Or Mark Jansen.
I'm joined here, as usual, by my fellow hosts.
You're doing great.
Anthony
You're doing great.
Caesar. You know what? It's never gonna be perfect. It's never gonna be anything other than this. How are you guys doing? How you doing, Anthony?
I was doing really good a moment ago. So
Hey
you
now.
don't really grind my gears. No, I'm doing great, man. Living the dream. How you all
There you
doing?
go.
Living the dream. I'm doing good. Doing good. I see Limit Break is on the chat. Wow, our chat is active.
Hey, what's up, Limit Break?
Our chat is active for the first time in
Woo!
weeks. So that's
Hey, what's up,
awesome.
You guys.
So
Missed y'all.
my week has been good, but now it's a lot better. Seeing some activity over here on the chat. Besides that, fine and dandy like sour candy.
Great. My week's been good too. I can't complain. Had a good weekend. Got a bunch of gaming in.
Oh, did you now?
All got our yeah. We all got everybody here got a PS5. Am I correct?
Yeah,
You are
I'm sorry.
correct, sir.
Definitely not used to looking over at the chat. It's very distracting right now.
Hey, stop, man. There's four things. We're supposed to get the show going. All right, so we all got a PS5. All right, so the top of the question. So what do you guys think? First impressions. I kicked mine over by accident, and I had my son.
Way to
have
get
to
that
tell
out of
me-
the way soon.
Oh yeah, no, I did. I kicked it over, and I tripped over the cord, and I was helping my son build a big giant pirate ship because we were pretending to be Krakens, and then he looks at me. He's like, "Daddy, I always walk around this side of the boat so I don't hit that."
So wait, where was it though? Was it on the floor or was
It's
it
on
on
the
a
floor
table?
because it's on the floor because I haven't had a time to find a different place for it, and so it's next to the TV stand on the floor, and the controller was sticking out. I had it plugged in because I was
Terrible.
charging it,
Terrible.
and then I just kicked it over, and I made a
Wow,
loud
that must have been
crash.
some force because you have it on the stand, right?
It literally pulled. Yeah, it's on the stand. It pulled
Wow.
it out and then tipped it over.
Wow.
How's it going, Biz Cliz? Thank you for chiming in. My
But
God,
it didn't
Jansen,
crack the case or
Jansen.
anything, did
No, it didn't crack the case, so I'm
That's
good.
good.
And it works. It works. I tested it out, and I'm still working. Still working. So, but yeah, what do you guys think? What's your initial thoughts? What do you guys get? I guess.
The UI is fantastic. I love it.
Stupid.
I love it.
The UI is fantastic.
Yes. Like my initial thoughts, I'm enjoying it so far. I mean, there's really nothing to take advantage of the PlayStation 5 right now. But holy shit, that controller! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, I don't know if Anthony's muted or not, but
No, well,
No, I'm muted.
okay.
because he has a puppy going crazy. No, our PS5s have not bricked yet. Luckily, Jansen would be the one that came the
Just let
closest.
the dog bark, man.
Yeah, just let him bark.
Everybody loves puppies.
No,
Everybody loves dogs. It's weird.
So yeah, Limit Break is asking if any of our PS5s have bricked yet, and no,
It hasn't.
No,
But I'm glad you guys told me about the PS because I bought Miles Morales, but I bought the remastered version of the first Spider-Man too. And then I haven't played that one, and I'm glad. Yesterday you guys told me that that I shouldn't play that one, or shouldn't
No,
play it yet
it's
because
fine. You can play it. You just can't put your PlayStation in rest mode, right?
I
thought that's how it bricked it.
That's what's causing it to break. Yeah, if you go into rest mode while the game is still playing, then you might be fucked. It's not a guaranteed, but that seems to be the complaint and the problem right now. But if you want to take advantage of your PS5, you usually put it in rest mode and let it do its updates if you have any updates. But this early on, I don't see why you would want to put it in rest mode. But still, people did it, and that's how they experienced these bricks.
what does that mean? Brick? It just doesn't work anymore.
It becomes a
Yeah.
brick.
So it literally just so there's no fixing it.
No, you have to
Without
send it
getting
in.
replaced by
Yeah.
Sony, yeah.
You
Holy
can't fix
crap.
it. They can't fix it for you. It's a brick. It's
Oh
dead.
my god, I'd be so furious
Oh,
if
yeah.
that happened. Like, I'm so angry.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it just
JL,
won't
thank
turn
you for joining
on.
in.
Like it just won't.
Yeah. Yeah, the controller's nice. I do like the controller. The UI is top notch UI.
Look,
Oh, really? You actually noticed it?
here's what I
No, it
appreciate about
literally
it.
is. It's nothing.
Are you
Go
being
ahead.
sarcastic? Okay, you're being sarcastic.
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
he's being sarcastic.
Here's what I enjoyed about it. Okay, on the PS4, you would hit that PlayStation button and it would take you to the home menu, right?
Yeah.
Now you have an option. You can press and hold that PlayStation button and it takes you to the home menu, just like the PS4. But if you press it, it takes you to basically your game menu. It takes you to a different menu where it shows you everything for the game. It shows you your trophies. It lets you create a party. It shows you your friends. I love that about it. Okay, it's a shortcut, and I appreciate that shortcut. It's not
Great
It's
UI.
not major, but the UI is fantastic. I love it. It's
So anyway,
user
have you
friendly.
seen the Xbox UI? What's the
It's
Xbox
not
UI?
user friendly at all.
Okay. All right.
It's not. And the reason I know that is because they specifically said they literally just use the Xbox One UI, and that shit is just convoluted.
I mean, I play the Xbox One, and I get around the Xbox One UI just fine.
Sure you do. I'm
do.
going to put you to the test. We should do that. On one of these shows,
No, that just sounds like
all
really
of a sudden
boring
you want to back out. No, it's easy. I could easily set that up on one of these shows. We'll put you through the test. I'll ask you to do specific things on the Xbox One and see how fast you get to those sections.
Okay.
I'm
Deal.
down with that.
So what do you guys pick up? Did you guys I know you picked up Miles Morales. That's it. Anthony, you didn't pick up anything.
So
right?
yeah, that's like so. No, I didn't pick up any games, and then you two just got Miles Morales.
I got
Yeah,
just
so we
Miles
can't-
Morales. He got the remake.
No, you got Miles too,
Yeah. Well, he got the one with the Spider-Man as well, but
but actual PS5 games.
PS5
Yeah.
games just Miles Morales. I'm considering getting a Demon Souls because I've just seen videos on that and it just fucking looks incredible. But for now, just Miles Morales, and downloaded Destiny because I'm going to be chiming into Destiny again. Yeah, I knew I
Oh,
would
you
get
got the
What?
party up. You could use that pretty UI and start a party.
Yes, exactly. I'll be using that shortcut and sending you invites.
Hit me up, bro. Hit me up. That was the game that I downloaded obviously immediately. Yeah, and it looks really pretty. And the crazy thing is it's not even the upgraded version yet. That's coming in December. Or no, it's at the end of the month. No, it's December.
It's December, yeah.
They're releasing the upgraded version for the next generation systems. So it's gonna
that's
look
nice.
real nice.
Anybody in the chat pick up a PS5? Anybody? Go ahead and chime in with your thoughts. But yeah, I'm currently happy with it. I have no buyer's remorse whatsoever right now. It's a nice upgrade from the PS4. Unfortunately, I'm going to be playing PS4 games on it for a while, but Spider-Man, very, very pretty game.
Yeah, it's pretty. I'm I think 60% through Miles Morales right now.
Jesus.
But yeah, I'm actually like 60% through. It's going by really, really fast.
So
I
he's,
played a lot.
You're past
And
Wall Market.
yeah, I'm way past full market. But it probably takes me. It's a lot shorter game than Final Fantasy. It's probably the same equivalent amount of time, I imagine. But I literally just swing around though. Like
Nice.
that's what I do. I just swing around New York City. Awesome.
Limit Break brings up a good point. Sorry about that, Jensen. Real quick. He mentions that he's hyped for Resident Evil 8. Now, I know we have games that we're kind of forced to buy for the PlayStation 5 because we want to have a PlayStation 5 game. But are there games that you cannot wait to have for your PS5?
The Cyberpunk. Are you talking to us? Or you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I thought you were like referring to the chat somewhere. 'Cause you were, like, talking about the chat. Cyberpunk, if it's still released December 10th. They issued that. They just put that release of the Xbox Series X footage. Was it today? Yeah, earlier today, or was it yesterday? I can't remember.
I think it was yesterday because everyone was going crazy about it.
Yeah, so they're still saying December 10th, but that's the one that's going to be the first one that.
No, I thought they delayed the next gen versions.
Don't.
No, I thought I saw an article where they said, or
No.
we thought it was going to be delayed.
I don't know. But all the other games,
I don't think so.
like
That'd
the
be too
main
bad.
ones, aren't going to be like Final Fantasy 16's cool. I
still
can't play
ways away.
Resident Evil because I'd get scared shitless. Um, some of those ones, like I think, aren't coming out to like 2023. Like the ones that
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to.
they're
Yeah.
still ways away, unfortunately. Horizon, that's definitely one that I'm excited for. So that's the one that I can't wait to get. But definitely agree with the Limit Break. Resident Evil 8, that game looks fucking incredible. And the last Resident Evil 7, was fucking great. So they've been doing a lot of good stuff with Resident Evil, and I'm looking forward to 8. And 8 happens to be my lucky number, so shit better be fucking fantastic.
They should release that soon because they're in the news for getting hacked, right? So they should.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Capcom.
Yeah, that big ransomware attack.
Yeah, they should release Resident Evil 8 soon. So,
well, that's what they said. The release date was leaked because of that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, during that attack, the release date was revealed, which, if I remember correctly, it might have been April 20,
that's not actually
21.
That's not crazy long away. That's not that far.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, so PS5, I'm happy. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
You good? You guys good?
We good. I'm good.
Yeah. Apparently, Anthony, you were gonna say that something about the stupid people were doing.
No,
actually, there's a couple things that stupid people.
Yeah, there's been a couple of things. What it's like people smoking like Microsoft. Well, basically, the big one that I saw was users with the PlayStation 4 were putting PlayStation 5 disc into the PlayStation 4 because they thought it would be backwards. It would basically give them the PlayStation 4 version. And then obviously the disc would get stuck, and then there'd be this sound that would be not very good, and they couldn't get the disc out of the drive.
Oh man, you almost feel bad for them, but then you're like, yeah, no. It's kind of like your own fault.
It's like either they would have to go out and buy it, or they would take somebody's disc and say, "Oh, let me use this in my PlayStation 4."
Yeah. I was reading that. I thought it's funny that Xbox or Microsoft came out and said, "Please don't vape like into your Xbox Series X."
No. I love how they started that tweet. They literally started with, "We can't believe we have to say this." Man, some people.
I feel like you could believe, like, society these days, like nothing puts past people to, like, do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
But okay, so that's our PS5 coverage. I don't know how to transition, guys.
So like all that time, all that hype that we've been doing over the summer.
I know, and we only touched on it for like, and it was like,
cool. Yeah,
no, because you guys put me off last week because I was super excited about the Xbox releasing and like really positive. Everybody was having like a good like experience, and then you guys like no hype, no excitement about any of the systems come up. We've talked about it on multiple episodes, and then when it finally comes, like you guys are like, eh. And so here it's finally here, and it's like, I didn't buy a game. Like, I'm just downloaded PS4 games.
Man, he's attacking Anthony because I bought a game.
He did buy a game. Like, I can't attack him. He bought a game. Like, when I'm the one that's super excited about it and actually playing it for.
Well, tell us what made you really excited about it. What's been?
Yeah, you're giving us crap, but you aren't.
Can't, but see, that's the thing. I can't really. There's really not much. I can only base it off my Miles Morales gameplay. That's it. Like, there's no, like, I can't sit there and say like, oh, this game's awesome because all I've played is Miles Morales, and it looks beautiful, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the story about. I think it's a little too short. I feel like it's the fact that I'm at 60%. Me of all people is at 60% already, and that's with me swinging around for like half the day. Like all I do, and then just getting like the different like spots and going around. That I feel like it's really, really short.
Well, they made it very clear that that's what it was. That it was going to be short. It's going to be just an add-on to the original Spider-Man, is what they said. But it was going to be for the PlayStation 5.
But it's a $50 add-on.
I know, that's pretty.
Yeah, that's expensive add-on. But you also they are going to do some DLC, right?
I imagine.
Fucking hope so.
Have to, right? Yeah. They should give it out for free though.
Yeah.
Good luck.
If you bought the remastered version. So I don't really have anything to base it outside of that game, but I'm really digging the game. And Finn's really digging it because he loves being Miles Morales. And the one thing, that's what the freaking like I know like when you're doing your suit and you're upgrading your suit, like one of the upgrades is that where you go into the Spider-Verse, the frame rate thing, like, but you have to take one of your slots. And I just love playing in the Spider-Verse. And so like I give up my slot and I haven't used that slot. All I do is play in the Spider-Verse version of Miles Morales. I don't change the costume either. I get the other costumes so Finn can see the other costumes, but I stick with them into the Spider-Verse costume and with the frame rate. It's incredible.
Nice.
The way they do that is actually really, really awesome. And mad props. But you could actually do that with all the suits too. I just like doing it with the Spider.
Yeah.
Suit.
And you said you were having a hard time like trying to find where to place it. Caesar, did you find did your entertainment set up, did you find a place that it fit really well with?
It fit perfectly. It happened
Nice.
there was a nice slot right in the middle. And I believe the PlayStation's, depending on how you lay down, but it's 14 inches wide or 14 inches tall. But yeah, I have 2-inch clearance on each end of the PlayStation where it fits. So it works out. It's getting plenty of air. It's not overheating whatsoever. It worked out perfectly.
Nice. I hear it's 22 waffles high. I saw a tweet and some guy stacked waffles, like Eggo waffles next to it. And it was 22 waffles high.
Christ.
Yeah, it's a hefty little thing, but man, it's really pretty. I really just like the feel of it, the design of it. Same thing. I was worried about where I was going to have to place it. I thought I was going to have to go vertical behind the TV, but I lucked out. Yeah, it fit really nicely to where the old system is at. I've got some clearance on the side. I'm monitoring though the back because the back isn't fully exposed, so I'm worried about airflow from that exhaust. So I've been keeping an eye on it. It is running a little bit warm, at times, but gosh, it's quiet. Damn, it's really nice.
It's nice.
And I loved it too. I really found the setup process just was very smooth.
Yeah.
Even the download for the patch for the firmware, really quick. I noticed with the download speed, that's still going to be an issue because it's still gated by fucking Sony's whatever they're doing with the load balancing. So it did take a long time for even Destiny just to get downloaded, and that was only at 50, 60 gigabytes. But it's really cool too because I upgraded my Wi-Fi router and I've got that directly plugged in with Ethernet, and I tested out. I'm getting 100 megabits on the download.
Yeah, the load time is crazy. You can get how fast you can get in the game is just incredible.
Even with Destiny now, it's still not, I think, utilizing the full bandwidth. It's so much nicer with that SSD. You're still loading in quicker. Obviously, the boot ups are so much faster, jumping in between menus, and just very clean. And I love the music in the background, the home screen music.
Yeah. Or it's some dude. I want to get that job of hey, just create sound. I just imagine this one guy on a keyboard just going.
It's exactly what it is. And look at that. You don't even need a keyboard.
But I mean, yeah.
You just record yourself.
I'm a human beatbox, guys. I can make sounds.
You noticed too, the controller, obviously that was something that came out a while back, but the texture is actually the little symbols.
Those little symbols.
With the grip.
It's just those little those are nice.
How do you feel about the press now on the sticks? Because it feels so much different than it did in previous generations. It almost feels like there's not enough give.
I actually don't notice it. But that could be because I don't play enough of the old PlayStation.
I think it feels fine. I think it feels good.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird because it's almost it's a very subtle click instead of a little bit more of a. It just felt like you heard it and you pressed. It felt like you pressed down a little bit more. This one's very subtle.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I like about it. That it's more sensitive. You can easily. I can see that maybe being an issue down the road because I did find myself accidentally pressing it, but so far no problems here. But I like the feel of it.
Did anybody try Astros? Because I heard that.
No,
Yeah.
I actually haven't tried it.
I played it. I played it for a good 30 minutes. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually
And a
fun.
lot of people
It's
are saying
adorable.
don't miss out on it because it's actually
Yes.
a really good little title to also.
Yes, and it
To actually show them,
takes
yeah.
full advantage of the remote. Definitely
Nice.
takes full
That's
advantage.
cool.
It's fun. It's adorable. I remember talking crap about that game when I first saw the trailer for it. But yeah, when I found out it was a free game, I knew I was going to play it. And man, it's a fun game. It's a fun little game. And it's definitely one of those where I can't wait for my nephew to play because he's going to love it. He's going to love it. It's definitely something I recommend. Don't miss out on that experience. It's fun.
I tried to get Finn to play it, but he just wanted to play Spider-Man. And I don't blame him because I just wanted to play Spider-Man. So,
Well, don't forget PlayStation Plus. You get Bug Snacks.
I have it, but I'm not going to play Bugsnax. Yeah, I got PlayStation Now, so Finn could play Lego games. So, because they have a ton of Lego games on it. So, but yeah. All right, guys. Now I feel better about the conversation.
Okay.
Now I feel like
I'm
we can move on.
I'm glad.
To the actual news because I feel better, like you guys actually care about it. So, moving on. Let's talk about movie news. Earlier today. Now you got me questioning the Justice League. I don't think you guys had a chance to watch it, but they released a black and white trailer of Justice League.
So essentially, the version that was already released.
Yeah, I now need to go back and find out if it's the same version.
So
but
this
is
is just like you mentioned off the stream. You said that this is a new trailer, right?
I'm pretty positive it was new because on Twitter it was just like they're like saying, "Oh, the new trailer," but I watched it and I was like, "Black and white, okay." It has the same song, like that Hallelujah song.
Hallelujah.
Oh man, I just don't know about this movie. Like people are saying this is an epic trailer, and I'm like, what is epic? Because it's in black and white.
That's what I'm wondering.
Like, I don't know. And Anthony, you could take this up because there's other Justice League news.
Well, yeah, like it's okay. So we're getting the cut, and then they dumped in, and obviously I know it's not the money that was put in, which was $70 million worth of, and it wasn't just for the new footage; it was for new effects and edits and all that stuff. But Snyder himself came out and said that there's going to be about 4 minutes of new footage. So it's a 4-hour film with 4 minutes.
Well, see, I guess the thing, I feel like, is it 4 minutes of new footage that was just shot, or is it
That's
4 minutes of
guessing.
new footage in general? Because I feel like, because I heard that he recut it essentially with the footage that wasn't used. So it's all footage that was previously shot, but we just haven't seen that footage. So to me, that's new footage to me, because I haven't seen it, even though it was shot back when he actually was doing it. So it's 4 minutes of, they only shot like 4 additional minutes of footage. Is that what he was saying? Or
that's my understanding. My understanding is we're gonna get the uncut version, which is the Snyder cut, and he decided to shoot an additional 4 more minutes.
That's crazy.
And my question is really that, because what did the original movie come in at? 2:30?
Yeah, it was long enough.
So you're adding
an hour and a half.
An hour and a half of footage that wasn't used. So it's a bunch of new footage. There's going to be a ton of new footage in there that we haven't seen.
But that kind of speaks to that thing where movies are cut. There's a lot of stuff that's cut, well, one, to come in at a certain time, but also, two, because it doesn't necessarily add to the story.
Yeah.
So is that hour and a half footage really going to be something where we're like, damn, this story got real good?
Oh.
That's going to be ultimate test, right?
Yeah. No. I'm going to watch it. I can't wait. I can't wait to, I just can't wait to watch like the hashtag Snyder Cut, like people that have been demanding it.
Well, we
like,
said this. We said
it
could still be a steaming pile, but the people that
it's gonna be a 4-hour steaming pile. Like
they're gonna go bananas over it because they have no other choice. The expectation that they've generated for this cut is so high.
And then I just think it's like, okay, so if he shot this, so the best parts of the movie were probably what was used, maybe. Like, I guess it's all a matter of like, because Joss Whedon obviously edited it the way that he wanted and told the story the way that he wanted it.
But then, do you think that what Snyder shot was actually that good?
I don't know.
Because it can't be any different than the shots that he already did that we saw in the movie.
I second what Limit Break is saying. He's gonna be snoring.
Well, that's why they broke it down into 4 parts. So you don't have to
I
watch
understand
4 hours.
that, but
so we could do an episode. We can do an hour a week.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
guys,
miniseries. Yeah,
we could like the way we're doing Mandalorian. We could talk about the first part of the Snyder Cut, and then each week we can go and talk about the next part.
You ever have those movies where you just kind of you want to watch it and you're watching it, but you fall asleep, and then you try watching it again and you fall asleep, and then you just don't go back to it? I think that's what this is going to be.
In a movie like that. I don't understand how people can do that. I just shut the movie off if I'm dozing off.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But
either you shut off the movie or you fall asleep. I think this is going to be one of those movies where either I'm going to fall asleep or just shut it off. I think it's going to get to that point. I don't know. You know what? The fans wanted it. I just
never fallen asleep in a movie, like unless I'm like watching it late at night and I just shut off because I'm getting tired. But I've never like actively like sat and like, okay, I'm gonna watch this movie and then I pass out doing it. Like I don't think I've ever done that, which is weird. Maybe like, so I don't know. I don't think a movie's ever been that boring that I fall asleep to it. I tend not to watch movies that I know are probably gonna bore me.
I mean, there was a movie that I literally walked out of the theater.
Only one I did with that I ever did to that was Mortal Kombat 2. And I snuck into the theater to see it, and I walked out of sneaky. So the free movie that I walked out of.
Yeah, that's rough.
Only time I've ever walked out of a movie. That's not true. I walked out of Cloverfield, but that was because we had on opening night we had the front row like far left, and I can't handle shaky cam because of my motion sickness, and I had to leave because of shaky cam, not because the movie was terrible, even though I think it was terrible, but I had to leave because of the shaky cam and getting sick. So, but yeah. Okay, moving on. Snyder Cut. Other news.
Hey.
Caesar, you got your topic. I'm gonna let you take it because you have the next couple.
I have topics.
Yeah, dude. Mighty Ducks, man.
Real quick, I do want to touch on our stream. Our stream is very, very choppy again. It looks like Spectrum is letting me down again because earlier I checked my speeds and we were good to go, and all of a sudden it dropped really, really bad. So I want to apologize to the viewers. Yeah, hey, there's nothing I could do, man. It's Spectrum. There's really nothing I could do. Unfortunately, Spectrum has been screwing me over, and I'm not the only one they've been doing it to.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna take issue with what Limit Break just said. He said there's only 2 movies I couldn't sit through. Hellraiser 2, which okay, but Zoolander.
Oh, come on, Limit Break.
What?
Zoolander?
Dude.
Oh man.
Dude.
Zoolander is a movie that if you don't know what you were getting into going into it, I don't know what you saw from the trailers. But yeah, Zoolander definitely delivered on what I just assumed that movie was going to be.
That movie alone is worth the Billy Zane cameo.
Yes.
Oh,
that movie, like,
so fucking good.
Walk off.
Hey, listen to your dear friend Billy Zane. He's trying to help you out.
Yeah, no, there's no apologies on that one, man. That's just not cool, man.
Only movie that I actually walked out on, literally asked for my money back, was that Colin Farrell movie, Alexander. Oh, God. What a...
I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it at my house.
Yeah, I had to go watch it.
It was bad.
I watched it in theaters and definitely walked out, got my money back. It was within the original 15 minutes that, if you go beyond, you can't get your money back. But yeah, that movie was garbage. But man, Zoolander. Oh,
what's not garbage is this latest news with who's going to direct.
What?
I was trying to segue into Caesar.
Oh, we're having a great conversation about movies we walked off on. You're trying to segue.
Real quick, JL, he walked out on Ghost Rider 2. Wait, there's a Ghost Rider 2?
I've never seen it.
I walked out on Ghost Rider 1. I didn't even know there was a 2.
I've never seen Ghost Rider 2.
Oh,
I've never watched it.
One of those movies where it's a Nick Cage movie. You should know full well
what you're getting
what
into.
you're walking into, and you should go in with below expectations.
Lower expectations.
Yeah.
Now I have to think. Now I'm like remembering. There's another movie I walked out of, Bumblebee, but not because I don't think Bumblebee's great. It's just because I took Finn, and I remember asking the person when I walked in, like, "Hey, what's age appropriate?" My son, Finn was 3 at the time, like 3.5, really wanted to see it. He wanted to see Bumblebee because he was obsessed with the Bumblebee like cartoon, or Transformers cartoon, but the animated one that's more kid friendly, not like the darker ones, like the CG ones. And so she's like, "Oh, I see kids all the time go in there. Feel free to take them in there." And so I walked in there, and then Megatron scared him, and then we had to get up and leave. But now, like when it came out on DVD, we watched it at the house, and he was fine. So,
well, picking up on Anthony's segue, movies that don't suck, and something I'm excited for was the news about Emilio Estevez coming back to the Mighty Ducks. So I thought that was really fucking cool news. I'm a big fan of the Mighty Ducks, and honestly, not a lot of people know. Well, some of them know. This is the reason I'm an actual Mighty Ducks fan. Or an Anaheim Ducks fan.
You're the hockey fan, right?
I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're a Ducks hockey fan.
I'm a Ducks fan. I've been a Ducks fan from the very first day. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the movies. I'm a big fan of the team. They're not doing so great right now, but the fact that Emilio Estevez is going to reprise his role in Mighty Ducks, the series
Bombay.
Gordon Bombay coming back to Mighty Ducks for Disney Plus. I don't think there's any release date on that or any further information, but I thought this was cool. Emilio coming back, dude. I mean, how can you go wrong with it? You need Emilio.
Oh, I'm excited. I love all the Mighty Ducks movies, even the later ones. But I've always been a fan. So having him come back, I think it'd be odd if they didn't bring him back. Like that would be super weird.
Well, I mean, he really didn't do much in the third Mighty Ducks. He basically just played their lawyer, came in and saved their asses from getting kicked out of the school. That was really it. He just had a.
But he still appeared though.
Yeah, he just had a cameo.
Yeah, but that was enough. Like you just have to have him in it. So.
Yeah, and let me break. Michael Kudlitz was in D3. He was the douchebag.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, he was a very, very young Michael Kudlitz. So that was cool. But yeah, Mighty Ducks, man. I'm excited. It's Emilio. Oh my God, that original jersey. Beautiful jersey.
Maybe that should be the next movie. One of the Mighty Ducks.
What's that?
That should be the next movie we rediscover.
Oh,
Rediscover the Mighty Ducks.
I'm down with that.
That'd be cool. I'm down with that because I'm trying to get Finn. It's kind of holiday. Now we're getting the holiday movies. There's snow. It's a holiday movie, right?
I will say this about the Mighty Ducks. It is a movie that I went back to watch after I got Disney Plus, and man, I remember the action as a kid being a lot faster than what it is. They are so slow on that ice.
They're kids, man. I really like the second Mighty Ducks. I thought the second one was really good. So,
I still like the first one. The first one was good. No, I agree. And the second one was when you saw that awesome logo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta. I'm with you on that
one. Keep going, man. You got more. You got more topics here. You got a Jeopardy topic and you got a Freakazoid topic.
Oh, these are mine.
Yeah, those are all yours, man. You're the one that you wanted to talk about them.
Were you guys ever a fan of Freakazoid?
I was, yeah.
Oh my God.
I enjoyed the cartoon. I can honestly say that I haven't seen it in so long that I probably have no recollection of it.
Flying V, there you go. And Fortress TVB, welcome to the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, I was a big fan of Freakazoid, and I'm a fan of Teen Titans. So if you guys were ever a fan of that, Teen Titans Go. I apologize, but yeah, apparently. Freakazoid is going to be coming in or making an appearance in a Teen Titans Go episode. So that is fucking cool, dude. I mean, I don't
think I've ever watched a Teen Titans Go episode, like full episode. I've seen like the shorts. I've just never watched the actual, like a full episode and the movie. I definitely haven't seen the movie. Have you guys seen the movie?
Have
you seen the movie?
I have not seen the movie yet. No.
Yeah.
But no,
I feel like I mean, it's good timing. I think with Animaniacs coming back, Freakazoid coming back, They're going to be bringing back all these old school cartoons that we grew up on that everybody loves.
There's another one that you mentioned last night. Seth Rogen's bringing back.
Oh, jeez.
Was it Darkwing Duck?
Darkwing Duck, yeah. Is it Darkwing Duck? I know Darkwing Duck's coming back, but it's not Seth Rogen. Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Now you got me.
It's like bring back all the old school. Next thing you know, we're gonna have.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. I mean, Disney Plus already did it with bringing back all their old school cartoons, and now you're getting Animaniacs coming back to Hulu. Freakazoid. I mean, Freakazoid. I think he's a perfect fit for Teen Titans. Honestly, I think he just fits so well into that universe. I can't wait to see that. But yeah, I think it's cool that everyone's bringing back all these old cartoons, and I get to introduce all this to my nephew.
Yeah, I'm excited. Animaniacs releases 24th, right?
Oh wow.
Or 20th.
That's
Yeah, it's
this week?
It's next week. Yeah, it's either this week or next week. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I just don't. I don't know why. I appreciate the animation. Like, I know what they're going for in Teen Titans Go. It's just not really my type of animation. So I have a hard time with it.
Yes.
You seem like more of a Paw Patrol guy to me.
Paw Patrol!
I am a Paw Patrol guy. I definitely am a Paw Patrol guy.
Yeah, JL.
I think at this point, all of us are.
JL, good point.
Finn makes me a Paw Patrol guy.
Good point from JL is Teen Titans Go, awesome show for kids and good intro to the DC universe. Lots of Easter eggs in that. So yeah, definitely for kids, I think Teen Titans Go is very, very good. Good to bring them into the DC universe and the good DC universe, not all that movie crap, not the Snyder cut and blah blah blah.
Yeah, never mind. Seth Rogen. It is Darkwing Duck. Yeah, so it was Darkwing Duck.
No Enigma, Tasmania.
Oh my God! Yeah,
that was a great
holy
show
cow.
too. Taz in Tasmania.
Yeah. Wow. And I remember those shirts.
Parents.
Like, I remember wearing those old school Looney Tunes shirts where they're like all wearing baggy pants and.
Oh yeah,
you remember those? I remember thinking I was so cool when I would wear those.
Yeah.
And now the funny part is, if I had one, I'd probably still think I'm so cool wearing those because people are like, "Oh, that's a cool old school," Everybody remembers it, and it'd be cool and make its way around again.
Those shirts
and
were
I'd be
ugly.
The cool kid again.
Those shirts were so ugly, and I remember I had one too. But yeah, those shirts were so ugly.
I don't know. Those are cool. I don't know what you're talking about.
Marvin the Martian was the shit back in the day. Yeah, Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, Marvin the Martian on those shirts too. Marvin the Martian on those shirts
was he? I just remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah, Taz.
Yeah, they're all on, yeah.
Why is it that everyone in Taz's family, they all spoke proper English, but he just always blah blah blah. I mean, his dad even had that fucking phrase, blah blah blah, yakety schmackety.
Yeah. Blah, 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 yakety.
Those were good. Yeah, Freakazoid. I'm excited for that. And Jeopardy, man, we are touching back on a lot of old school stuff because, dude, I don't think this guy gets enough credit for what he's done in our childhood. But LeVar Burton, being considered, or I think it's more the fans, pretty much shining his name into the sky to take over Jeopardy. I personally think it's a great idea. I am all for this. Like I mentioned in the last show, Alex Trebek, those are some big shoes. Not going to be easy to fill, but I think somebody like LeVar Burton would be really good to take over. You're not looking to replace Alex Trebek. You're looking to carry on this show and keep it going. And nobody better, in my opinion, than this man right here who's already taught us so much growing up. I think it's a good idea, and I am all for it.
I can't imagine I actually think it would be cool if he did it. I actually wouldn't. I'd like to see him do it. I just that's a huge commitment, and I know he directs. He's does a lot of TV directing. Does a lot of NCIS New Orleans and stuff. So I feel like he'd have to give up a lot in order to take that role. Because they shoot all the time, don't they?
They do, but I mean, yeah, he would definitely have to sacrifice a lot to do this. But I mean, you do this is for the long haul. You're pretty much set.
I don't know. You always have that like you're always going to be held to that standard of Alex Trebek. Like it's big shoes. Like, do you want to? Because you don't want to be the guy that takes over for Jeopardy, and then 2 seasons later they cancel Jeopardy. Like, you don't want to be the host that got Jeopardy or like the host that was on when Jeopardy got canceled. It's kind of like when Bob Barker stepped down from Price is Right and Drew Carey. Like, I guess it's still on.
Yeah.
But I feel like and maybe I'm not the only, maybe I'm the only person, but I lost interest. Like, I used to turn, like, when I was at home, I would watch Price is Right. But then, like, for some reason, and that had nothing to do with Drew Carey because I love Drew Carey, like in the Drew Carey show. But when he took over, I just kind of lost interest in Price is Right, and that could just be because I aged out and I'm just not home during those times. But I just feel like it doesn't have the notoriety anymore that it had when Bob Barker, and so I just feel like that's kind of like the way the Jeopardy would be.
I mean, same thing, you know, where, yeah, I also grew up watching Bob Barker on The Price is Right. But if you would have told me that Drew Carey would be an option to take over, I wouldn't have reacted the way I'm reacting for LeVar, for LeVar at all. Because I don't feel that Drew Carey would have been a good fit. And now he's doing the show. And I agree with you. I don't think the show is anywhere near what it used to be. I don't think he has the right personality to be the host of that show. But why the reason the show is still popular is because it's still the same show. People still like to try to guess those prices. People still try to do whatever they can to try to get on the show. So that show is going to live on. And I feel the same way for Jeopardy. It's just a show that people are going to try to get on and people like to watch, not just because of the personality, but because they want to try to figure out these answers. They want to play along. So yeah, it's gonna be tough to fill in those shoes. But like I said, I don't think you're looking to replace Alex Trebek, but you want the show to carry on and bring in somebody that's capable of doing it. And I feel LeVar Burton is capable of doing it. I definitely think so.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not capable. I'm just saying
but you're right. He might have his hands full already.
And then it's just like obviously like whoever takes the role, like they kind of want to make it their own. But if they like, people just have to be careful on making it their own because, like, that could be, I don't know. Like Alex Trebek was, it was like very straightforward.
Yeah.
But like, so like people, like I don't think people want to go in and be that same way. They want to try to do like their own, like how they would host it. But I think in doing that could change like the show for people watching because it might not be as straightforward. Might not be, yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
To your point.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Neil deGrasse Tyson actually would be interesting too.
Ooh.
I think they're also on that list was like Ken Jennings, the guy that like the biggest winner of Jeopardy of all time, is on that list to host.
Yes, he is. Yes.
But no, I think LeVar Burton would be a good host. Not trashing him at all. I think he'd be great at it.
Yeah, Lemon Break seems to agree with you. He definitely has a vote for Neil deGrasse Tyson. So.
Oh, I got it from Limit Break.
Oh, okay.
I didn't call it out in the chat.
Yeah, clearly. Way to take credit, Jansen.
Well, don't take my word for it.
Yeah. Oh!
I wanted to touch on this before, and I'll bring the last thing when we were talking about DC and all the craziness in DC. They also, this week, they just laid off a ton of people, and I know some of the people that got laid off in this round of layoffs, and I wish them the best of luck, and I think it's really sad that they're, like, people that have been in the comic book industry for decades were let go when this new team took over. And that's all I'm going to say on that. And I could probably go on for a lot longer on the things that are happening there with the new team taking over. But yeah, it's a bummer that DC laid off some good people.
Man, I mean, it's sad to hear all that. And like, so far, the best news out of DC is this whole Freakazoid stuff. But man,
that's Warner. That's Warner Animation.
Yeah, but still, I mean, that's the closest you're going to get to some good news out of DC right now.
Yeah, I feel like the comics division is where, like, animation and everything, they still are on, like, good footing with animation. But yeah, the comic side is kind of a mess right now. And they only have like how many books now? It's like mostly Batman books. Like each week when you look at the pull list for the week, or pull list, or just You have Marvel with like 56 titles. Now, I don't agree with like having 56 titles for Marvel, but then DC is like down to like 20 titles now, and half of them were Batman titles. So, yeah, they need to get their stuff together over there. But cool, that's the news, guys. That's all we got. Awesome.
Yay!
Wait, moving on. Let's get to because we are 45 minutes into this and we haven't even touched on anything outside of news and the PS5. Well, PS5 was a good thing. Mandalorian chapter 11. We're gonna move quick. Well, maybe not.
Don't rush this, man. Don't rush this.
I know. I'm not gonna.
What is wrong with you? I know you want to get back to your
Let's get back to Miles.
What we should do is warn people before we even start talking.
We're gonna spoil the fuck out of it.
For those of you that are tuning in after not tuning in for a while, we have a new segment where we actually touch on the Mandalorian and we touch on each and every episode. And this episode, we're touching on Chapter 11, I believe.
Yeah, Chapter 11.
So if you have not seen...
There are spoilers, so
yes,
put it on mute.
If you have not seen Chapter 11, which is the most recent episode of The Mandalorian that released last Friday, you may want to... Or if you don't care for spoilers, like Chris Jansen apparently.
Some people just don't care, so you're more than welcome to stay if you want to hear.
Yeah, but if you did watch it, chime in. Let us know what you thought because that's exactly what we're going to do. And 5, 4, 3, 2, let's talk Mandalorian.
Okay, now we can talk about it. What do you guys think? Overall, overarching...
This is the episode where you're seeing the why am I fucking blanking on his name?
What do you? I don't know who you're.
So the Jon Favreau and the Dave Filoni connection.
Dave Filoni, yeah.
I
feel like this is the Filoni connection is strong in this one.
Because it's essentially, if you have not watched Clone Wars or Rebels, like you don't know the backstory that they're tying into.
Yeah, you're literally like Googling like Bo-Katan. Like,
no, I am. Like, I'm looking back and like I'm brushing up on the Mandalorian lore because some shit went down in Clone Wars that I haven't caught up on, and it's all tied to this whole fucking Darksaber shit.
Yeah.
But
overall,
yeah.
Did you like the episode? Like compared to last week? I was a little like last week, like we talked about, it was like a filler episode. They just threw like spider creatures in there and they're like, oh, you know what? We'll throw the spider creatures in. We'll have Baby Yoda, the child, like destroy like a race of people.
When I say Baby Yoda, I do it to just irritate you. When Jansen says it, he means it. He just says Baby Yoda because that's Dad Jansen doing that.
But what did you think about this episode?
I thought this was a much stronger episode. It was nice too because it's Bryce Dallas Howard who directed the episode, and it's more of back into the narrative. We have a little bit of what's going on with Moff Gideon, and then it was pretty cool to see like another. Well, kind of essentially that's. Like there's that whole thing with the Mandalorians, right? You've got different, factions within
different clans.
Yeah, and so you saw the first time exposure to that subset. I dug it. I thought too it was really nice the setting.
Yeah.
The water world.
The water world. Where apparently they still use boats.
Yeah. Fishing nets.
I thought that was interesting.
They still use boats and
that's the technology.
Fishing nets, but they still use boats. Finn liked the Kraken because he's obsessed with Kraken, so obviously it was like a Kraken creature. Caesar, what did you think?
I enjoyed it. I love this episode. I thought it was too short. Unfortunately, I thought they could have given us more on that one. But no, I absolutely loved it. I love the beginning right off the bat where he's coming in and he's got that landing and he's about to nail that landing and then he just kind of tips over into the water. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
And can the fucking Razor Crest catch a break, man? Like, can that poor ship not have an episode where it gets fucked up?
And then
how much do they spend on fixing his ship?
And how has he not ran out of credits to like repair his ship?
He must have like
he has so much calamari.
I feel like for every mission that we see him going on, he does like side quests to get like money so he could pay for his ship repairs. Like, I thought I thought it was good. It was definitely better than the last one.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
do like. Here's my like. I love I love the tying in the Clone Wars, like Bo-Katan. I love uh, Katie Sackhoff playing, like, she voiced Bo-Katan in the Clone Wars, and like really just fits the character in the series. So I love like that. And it's like getting us one step further, like closer to like Ahsoka and stuff. But it's very formulaic. Like
Oh yeah.
like it's literally like I was talking to my brother about it, who's watching. It's like you go to somebody, he gets a quest. Like I feel like I could just steal money from the Mandalorian like anytime, because he's just so like, oh yeah, I know a guy that knows where Mandalorians are at. Here, you have to do
Yeah.
something for me. Do this for me, and then I'll
He's
tell you
always got
where
to
to
save
go.
the child. The
Yeah,
child's
and
got to be
then
saved.
and then so then he does something for the person. They give him like, oh, you need to go here. Then they go there. Oh, I know where you're talking about, but I need you to do something for me. So do this, and I'll tell you where to go. And
Yeah.
so he does something, and then he gets, and this is another episode where he does, like, he went there, and Bo-Katan's like, I need your help, which he didn't really, if you think about it, if you actually watch the episode, he didn't
Didn't
do a
really need
ton of
him.
help for them. Like, they did most of the killing,
They
and he
did.
like shot his like, like occasionally. But then yeah, now he gets sent someplace else off to find his next quest, and he calls it like the quest. I've been quested, and so it's very much like it's just very formulaic. Like every episode is the same thing, and it's just like, oh, you have to do something for me to get the next piece of information. So it's fine, because this was like a cool episode, and I love Titus Welliver in it.
Yeah.
I
And that's just what I was joking with Samantha. It feels like every actor on the planet is just, it's their shot to do like a cameo for Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah, that's
and
like,
they're all showing up.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's literally like everybody that's a fan of Star Wars is like, let me just be in an episode, man.
Yeah.
You don't have to just put a mask on
Just,
me.
yeah,
They don't even have to know
just
it's
put
me.
me in a suit.
Like, what is it in the first one? John Leguizamo was the guy at the beginning.
Yeah, the creature.
Yeah, like it's just
Jason
like
Sudeikis was a stormtrooper.
Yeah, stormtrooper.
Last season.
But I thought I love Titus Welliver. I love Bosch, and I know that he's like a crazy fan. Like, if you ever see like his videos, he has Sideshow collectibles. He has like an incredible collection of Sideshow collectibles all around his
TV
house.
money.
Yeah, seriously.
But I was seeing some Nazi backlash on Twitter about the boob armor. You know, I saw that about. Did you guys see that on Twitter about
I did.
how they gave?
I did.
Like,
They gave, what was the backlash?
They gave like boob armor. So so the Mandalorians, like, obviously, like Bo-Katan was like, it was form fitting, so it like went around her boobs. And I guess I don't see an issue with that. I feel like, why would you want to be like pressed into, like, if you have the technology to like make it and shape it to where it's as impactful, like, why would you want to press yourself into?
Yeah, I guess that's a question for the female fans. It's
Yeah.
that, is it more comfortable, or is it more because it seems sexist to put them in boob armor?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd be interested in to find out that perspective. I honestly, unfortunately, I did not notice that, and I didn't hear the backlash from Twitter.
Yeah, I actually saw, yeah, the funny JL was saying that the opening sequence was like almost shot for shot Apollo 13. Did you guys see the comparison?
That was the Easter egg, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
she put in there.
That was very clever.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
No, overall, like, I thought it's cool, and we're one step closer to him getting to Ahsoka, and that's really what I'm just waiting for.
Now that was freaking crazy. Like, that tidbit, dropping that when she was like, "You need to go find." It was like, damn.
But you know, he's not gonna find it right away. He's gonna go someplace.
Well,
They're gonna be like, "Well, you need to do this for me."
Exactly.
Tell
You
you
need
where
to.
Ahsoka's really at.
See, but that's my question. Is like let's just assume. Let's say he finds her at the end of the season. You know, what happens there? Does she take the child? Does she take Baby Yoda? And then, like, does she take it away and she's gone and she takes it to the Jedi? It's like, that's what I'm curious about. What's going to happen? What's going to be her big role in this series? Because I don't see them ever getting rid of the child. I mean, he is their moneymaker.
Oh yeah, they need to keep that.
So I'm curious how much of a role she's,
merchandise.
I'm curious how much of a role she's gonna play in this, because all I can see her doing is literally taking the child and she does the rest of it. She takes him to the Jedi.
No, I
But
mean, I feel like she'll have a bigger role because she's clearly doing something as well. Like, there's clearly a lot going on. You have like the Mandalorians trying to get trying to get the dark saber back. You have Ahsoka Tano doing something. And this takes place after Return of the Jedi, right?
Yeah, they said it's like 27 years.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
20. Yeah, I didn't know exactly how long.
after Yavin.
Yeah,
Battle
after.
of Yavin.
Yeah.
And before Force Awakens.
Yeah. So yeah, she's clearly doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited about it because.
So and that's the question too. Is like, how did she survive the Purge? That's also another.
Well, have you seen?
Well, in
Star
Clone
Wars
Wars,
Rebels?
she fights Anakin, right? Or is it Darth Vader?
Well, she fights Darth Vader in Rebels.
Oh, okay.
So so like Clone Wars ends like in the last season of Clone Wars, the one that just released when Disney Plus came out. And Wes is right. She's actually not a Jedi, so that's true.
Wait, she's not?
No, she was booted from the Jedi Order, and then she was in the Clone Wars.
She was his Padawan.
But she was booted from it because they thought that she I can't remember what, but they thought that she did something, but it was really another person. Wes,
Oh wow!
Tell me what I'm thinking of. I haven't watched it in a little bit.
Wes, chime in, help us out here.
But she and then she was offered to come back into the Order, but she turned it down because she felt the Jedi were fallen, or they were literally going down the wrong path.
So that's probably how she survived the Purge then.
Yeah, so she survived.
Yeah, it's starting to make sense.
And if you watch the last season of Clone Wars, is literally right when the Purge happens. It's Ahsoka when she's like right when all that stuff, when Anakin's wiping out the Jedi, all the clones turned bad. It's kind of her story where she was at when that happened, and it was really freaking good. If you watch it, you have to watch the last season of Clone Wars. It's freaking awesome. Well, and then it goes into Rebels, where she's alive in Rebels. And she's like part of the Rebel series.
So it'll be interesting to see how this mystery plays out with how Moff then got the Darksaber, because obviously that's a key to Mandalorian culture.
Yeah.
JL15 is saying she was fighting Darth Maul when the Purge happened.
Yeah, she was fighting Darth Maul on Mandalore when the Purge happened.
Because
they were trying to take back Mandalore with Bo-Katan.
Because
she's tied into Bo-Katan.
Yeah, because Darth Maul at one time got the Darksaber, right? Because he beat what's the guy's name? Vizal?
Yeah. Yeah, who was the
descendant of Tar Vizal.
He was a ruler of Mandalore.
And because he's the one that created the Darksaber.
Yeah.
There's
so much history. Man. Like that's the thing. And so if you're watching this and you're like, there's just so much backstory that you can like dig into, which is awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Let's see where it goes.
Vizsla or something.
Yeah,
it's Viz. It's Vizsla.
Yeah.
Or Vizsla.
Cool. All right. Well, that's our breakdown of our discussion on our thoughts on Chapter 11. I'm looking forward to Chapter 12. One step closer. I do feel like they're not going to put Ahsoka until like the very last episode, and then you're going to have to wait a season for season.
Yeah, she's going to like make an appearance, but then it's
going to be nothing. And then I'm just going to have to wait till season 3 too.
Of course, they're going to leave you hanging with that.
Sorry, I'm watching the trailer now. All right, moving on to our rediscovery segment, guys. So, as everybody knows, every week we do a rediscovery. And we split it up into 4. Like we're currently splitting it up into 4. And so last week we rediscovered. I'm lost on Doogie
television
Howser
show. So last would have been television show, which was
so last week we did Doogie Howser. The week before we did Dick Tracy. The week before that was a rediscover comic books, and we did The Killing Joke. This week is our rediscover video game. And we chose we took a trip back to Arkham Asylum for Batman Arkham Asylum.
OG.
We all played it as much as we possibly could. Among Miles Morales and all that stuff, PS5 coming out.
It's been chaotic.
Yeah. So how far did you guys get? That's my first question.
The game tells me I did 10% completion.
Oh,
where
okay.
at are you in the story?
So I'm just getting to the point where I haven't even gotten to Gordon yet. I'm still trying to get into the medical. What the hell just happened? I finished getting the doctors, rescuing the doctors.
Okay.
And then what's after that?
Have you got to Scarecrow?
Oh yes, I'm just getting into that whole Scarecrow part. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
So we're around the same spot in the same area.
Oh, cool.
You know what's awesome, guys? I've
Are you further?
I've gotten through Scarecrow, and I'm about to hit. If I remember correctly, I think Bane is the next person that I'm about.
Look at
I haven't got to
you.
Bane yet. Yeah. Impressive, huh? You
Way to
impressed.
go, Jansen.
I'm a little impressed with I was actually holding off because I had a feeling that I was going to be further along than you guys. I just kind of got sucked into playing it. I also did I'm not gonna lie. I also looked at cheats, so I didn't have to look around. I was kind of because I couldn't remember, and I'm like, I want to actually get as much story as possible. And so, hey, JRPG
Hey, Bill, how's it going, buddy?
Woo-hoo!
Welcome. Yeah, it has been a while. Man, everyone chiming in today.
Nice, very nice.
They're all excited. We're getting into the holiday season. The election's over. New system.
That's what it is. It's the election. The election's over.
Yeah, the World
Everybody's
Series is over.
Yeah,
NBA Finals are done. Everyone saw the Arizona Bills game and was super excited.
that was an awesome ending.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was sitting when you guys sound oh my god, did you see that? I was literally on my fantasy football point checking my score, and I was like, oh man, I'm screwed. Come on, and then I just watched both Hopkins, and because I have both Hopkins and Murray, and I just watched their things flip, and I was like, yes,
unbelievable.
Anyways, we're not gonna get into fantasy football. So what did you guys going back to Arkham Asylum? What did you guys think? What were your impressions?
Yeah, I want to hear what Caesar says, because it feels like Caesar's not as thrilled.
No. I fucking love this game. I love this game. I love the story about this game. I love the fucking mechanics. The gameplay is fantastic. I really wanted to hear you guys, especially Jansen, because he doesn't dabble, and I'm very happy that he got further than us. So that's why I'm really more interested in what he has to say. But no, I could talk about this game forever, dude. That opening sequence with the Joker is fucking fantastic. I love that shit. Where you're helping escort him, and no, I love this game. I'm loving that we went back to this game, and the problem for me is going to be actually walking away from this game, having a PlayStation 5, because now I want to actually go all the way through it, and I'm going to be tempted to play the other Arkham games. But no, I'm happy we picked it up, and it's a very unique story in the Batman universe, and the fact that you get to actually play that story is fucking fantastic. It's not just a story that you have to fucking read about Batman getting stuck in Arkham Asylum where it's being run by the Joker, and you gotta pretty much face everyone you put in there while you're in there. So the fact that you can actually play through that story is fucking great. So I
will notice that we are taking hits again online. Ugh. We've probably been taking hits this entire time, but I just looked over because I wanted to watch the trailer, and I noticed that it's sputtering. We apologize. Caesar's internet sucks. So everybody blames Caesar.
Yeah.
We need to get him upgraded to fiber.
All right.
You got fiber in that area yet?
I'm gonna be calling.
I'm gonna leave tomorrow. So I'm gonna leave the vents to you, Anthony. A couple thoughts. Going back through, this version of Batman is definitely Ben Affleck. Batman.
Oh, 100%.
I guess I never really thought about it, but just the brutality and just the size of Batman in this, it's definitely Ben Affleck Batman.
Yeah.
He does crotch shot, he's just it's brutal. He has brutal takedown. What is up with Arkham Asylum? So and this is just in general, I'm just gonna say in general, it's falling apart. but it's super high tech.
Yeah.
But then the walls are like breaking down the wall. Like, so I don't understand. Like, they put all their effort into like, oh, high tech thing, but hey, you know what? You could just like spray your little gel on the sidewall and you could break into this building right here.
But then towards the beginning, Joker is on top of this huge mechanical like conveyor box
and just like
going into
sucking
this
them back
isolation
into
cell.
like
But you can't fix some dilapidated wall that will get you into the next area.
I forgot just how adult it is. Like the Joker in it is like it's incredible. Like the humor the Joker has is like very adult.
In there, batarangs, bat snacks.
No Enigma.
Obviously, it's like
No Enigma is bringing up a really good point that I want to touch on is the battle system, the combo system in this game. Yeah, he's absolutely right about everyone biting off of this combo system because we've never really seen it before. And following this game, you started seeing like in Shadows of Mordor, fucking Spider-Man that rips off.
I was gonna say I'm playing Miles Morales, and it's literally I'm doing the same things and
doing this now.
I'm doing the same things in Spider-Man and I was doing in this game. I was shooting my cable and swinging from like gargoyle to gargoyle, and in Spider-Man I'm shooting like my webs to sling from platform to platform to take people out silently. It's literally the same system. Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened with like really seminal games. I remember Super Mario. Super Mario 64 did the same thing where everybody started making those same type of 3D environments and controls. Zelda was the same with the little you could hold the trigger down, you had your lock on.
Mm-hmm.
That showed up in a bunch of games after that. So yeah, it's weird too going back to it now because it does feel dated, but trying to remember back, like this was the shit.
I mean, it was as genre defining. Like when I go back, I remember like this was truly like the first like superhero like comic book game where I actually felt like it was like
legit
a comic book.
Well, and it made Batman cool again as a video game character because we were missing for so many years a solid Batman title. And this was the first one that came back out, and you're like, this is what we've been waiting for.
See, and not even just the combo and the combat system, but the fact that you actually do get to play that detective too. Where you start to scan areas and look.
Well, and that's my question. How many of you just walk through the entire game with detective mode turned on all the time?
I constantly like hit it though. It's just like
I'm in it like all the time. Like I'm going through environments. I remember like stretches where I'm like, I don't even know what the game looks like the environments look like because I'm in detective mode.
No, I usually go around
and passages.
And my final thought, which will tie into something that you said earlier, is I think the biggest weakness of all supervillains, if there's ever going to be supervillains in any video in real life, is ventilation ducts are going to be the downfall to every single supervillain. I'm playing Miles Morales. I'm literally just like crawling through ventilation ducts and making the drop on people. In Batman, who like I get Miles because he's like crawling and he's like on all fours because he's like Spider-Man, but Batman like he's hunched over, like his back must hurt because like the amount of time you have to like travel through a ventilation duct.
Yep.
He's dragging the cape and the muscles. Like how can he even fit through those huge ass ventilation?
Like who has that big of ventilation ducts?
Well, my issue is
Arkham Asylum.
Exactly. You're in an Arkham Asylum. You're in a fucking prison. It's like you're giving your inmates so many different places to hide and fucking sneak out of.
Yeah. Because apparently they can just be ripped apart. You can just rip them open.
You have to have this Batman strength, though. Yeah. He just like peels it back.
He's just kicking them open with
Then he kicks it open, but he does it quietly, so you can sneak out behind this person that's standing right there because you can do it quietly so they don't hear you kick
open a grate.
And I
love it too, the 30-second silent takedown, but the guy right next to him has no fucking clue, squirming.
That's the same in Spider-Man. Like you could like take somebody down and literally the person's just facing the other way and you're like right behind. Ventilation ducts.
I do love when you blow up walls like with the gel, with the explosive gel. And the wall just blew up and they run and go see what happened and they see this wall's blown up and then they just like and then they just walk back and start patrolling again.
Like one day it's gonna be like the AI is gonna get so great that the guards are just gonna look up
Oh,
and they're just gonna.
Yeah.
here's the best part about that is that I could touch on something that Anthony was asking, like, what's the next step in these next gen consoles? And it would have to be that. The response of the AI, like how do they respond moving forward? I think that's what these consoles could really touch on is how much more responsive, how much more realistic it can get. Where we see these goons just go back to patrolling after a wall blew up. How much more active can you make them in these games now? So hopefully we see something like that change.
It's interesting because just like playing like Spider-Man and playing games like now, like since then, going back, I'm a lot faster going through it because I take down, like I know the mechanics, I know all that stuff, so I'm able to like defeat people and like groups of people and just move on to like the next part. Like I got through Scarecrow and obviously I looked up, okay, how do you because I was like I said, I just wanted to kind of get through as much story as possible. But it was even like simpler, just like doing the hide and Scarecrow's creepy as too, like with his
great,
like Freddy
great
Krueger
Scarecrow.
claws
Yep.
with syringes.
Yep.
Like how scary is that? Like
no, the character designing in this game is fantastic, dude. Fucking excellent.
Except when it comes to the inmates.
Yeah.
You got the same 3 inmates.
over and over again.
Yeah, with a palette swap on the skin tone.
Yep.
Or hoods.
And they all of them too. It's like why they're all like they've got no shirt.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't work out for nothing, dude. They got to show that off.
No, so there's, and maybe this is something that's this common, and this is more about like Arkham Asylum as a place because it looks creepy. Like when you drive up, you're like, holy crap! Like I would never go there because it looks scary and it just looks haunted and it just looks like you're gonna die a horrible death when you walk into Arkham Asylum. And then you start thinking about just Then I was talking to Tasha about this about like other like creepy like old places like we were talking about like cottages and stuff like that and like creepy witch cottages. And I was thinking like when Arkham was built though, that was kind of the standard, I guess, like like architecture of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So people back then probably looked at Arkham and were like, oh, it doesn't look creepy. That looks like that's just normal because that everything looks like that. All the buildings look like that. And to us, that looks like creepy. And it's like, why would anybody put an aside? Like, why would they keep this open? I don't know where my thoughts going on this. I was just like, I was just thinking in general, like I get creeped out by like the way buildings are. And I just think like, oh, they're haunted because they're like built in the 1800s or stuff like that. But then I realized like back then kids probably didn't think that was creepy because every freaking building looked like that.
Yeah, it all looked normal to them.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of like Alcatraz. Like you think of Alcatraz, you see all of San Francisco changing up. They're rebuilding San Francisco. You see new buildings popping up, but Alcatraz is always going to stay the same. They're not going to do anything to that place, and it looks old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah. I don't know why I just thought because I was just thinking Arkham Asylum, and I was like, why would they like do better? Like make it friendlier looking.
And to JL's 15's points. It's okay though. There's a bat cave on Arkham Island, so remember that.
That's right. That's right. Fucking, oh my gosh, mini bat cave.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, and we're talking about how jacked up these goons are and how Batman is. What about Jim Gordon? He's fucking jacked, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Why is every cop like freaking jacked? They're roided up.
Because they live in Gotham, man. They have to be jacked. Except for Harvey. Like, Harvey is the only one that's, like, overweight. The only cop that's overweight is Harvey. But yeah, no, if you live in Gotham, you better be lifting weights because every of Joker's goons is a jacked former prison guy that...
Speaking of like jacked, what's really jacked... Oh, yeah. What's really jacked is what the physics engine does sometimes. So when you, like, punch like a knockout... You see like an arm, like, or like weird positions that some of the limbs go.
That's the ragdoll physics, man.
Well, but yeah, no, I thought I'm enjoying it. Maybe if I beat Spider-Man, I'll probably continue playing it.
Did you ever beat this? Have you ever beat this before,
no,
Jensen?
I don't think I've.
Oh,
I don't
dude,
think I've beaten it before.
Please do.
Yeah, I've gotten further because I've beaten Bane. I've gotten think second or third Scarecrow encounter. But yeah, I never got to the final. I don't think. My brother's probably gonna kill me. He's like played this game like a million times.
It's incredible too, thinking about how much they put into it. I forgot like all the little like Riddler trophies, the
Yes.
challenges, there's a lot. It was dense. I think that's kind of what I don't want to say burnt out, but I thought when I got to the final game, I felt it was a little over engineered, and I thought it was a little bit too, yeah, maybe I was a little bit burnt out. So it's interesting going back to it now because I wouldn't say it's aged the best, but I definitely have fond memories of replaying certain areas. But then a little bit of that kind of puzzle hunting thing,
Yeah.
because I tend to like I like trying to get the 100%.
Yeah, same here.
So that's my Achilles heel. So I feel like I have to chase after every single thing and collect every item and check off every box, and I think that's why it takes me longer to finish certain games.
See, but so you feel forced, where I actually enjoy all that. I actually enjoy going after all that. Like I really want to figure these out and finish it out completely, and I actually have fun. The only thing I struggle with in any games, and I dread, would be anything like involving an escort mission or an underwater level. That's the only thing that really bugs me in games. Escort missions.
I hate
underwater.
escort missions on games. I hate having to keep somebody alive.
I think what bugs me the most is that I worry that I'm gonna get into a spot where I'm gonna get to that one or two items that I either can't get because they're so ridiculously hard to get, or that I missed and I have to like either go all the way back to a certain area to get them, or the worst are the ones that you miss out on and you can't go back and get them unless you start all over again. Yeah. And so those I think are a little bit like bug me, that I'm worried about getting into a spot and then I don't get the 100%. And then I'm just like, well, I spent all this time and I can't get the last piece.
Wes brought up a good point, and I agree with him, and I think this is more incentive for you to finish the game, Jansen, is the story mode. If you just play through the story, it's a quick playthrough. You know, if you ignore all that. No, so
that's literally what I'm doing. That's why I'm literally just going because I'm playing story. Like I didn't put like a crazy amount of time into this. I put time into it, but I was able to get through it pretty quick. And that's the same with like Miles Morales. I'm still swinging like half the time, but I'm going through the story because I want to see the story, because I want to actually say I completed something, because I don't remember the last time I actually beat a video game. So I want to say I beat it, and then I'm going to go back through and like do all the side missions and do all the like all that stuff and get like all the new suits and all that crap. So yeah, I want to go through because I think it's only I don't think it's a long story.
No, awesome. Yeah. This is probably the only time we actually get to see that Ben Affleck Batman standalone movie. So
it really, I really saw it. I was like, this is Ben Affleck. This is his Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, that
Ben Affleck right there.
That last fight scene where he goes to save Martha. Why'd you say that name? That's the scene that reminds me of Arkham Asylum, is that scene where he's just fucking people up, and he's actually throwing crates too. So it's just like the game. It's like, man, that's Arkham Asylum right there.
Yeah. And also like I'll just touch the voice. Obviously, this is like the best voice cast in Batman, right? So it's just top notch. Like Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill. Like it's just top notch voice, like acting. Incredible. But yeah, I'm excited. Maybe I'll continue it once Miles. I think I probably will. See, I just beat Jedi Fallen Order. First game and finish. No Enigma, just beat Jedi Fallen Order. I have that. I do want to play that too because I hear it's really good. I was playing it on my PC, but there's like way too many buttons, so I need to hook a controller up. So.
Well, I think that's why I didn't too. Like another reason why I didn't get any PlayStation 5 games right off the bat, because I have a shit ton of PlayStation 4 games to get through. Because I haven't had a system since.
It's great. You get to play like a good chunk of them, right? Or no, you don't have. Do you have PlayStation?
What?
Wait up. Does everybody get, like, when you get a PS5? Does everybody get the like PS4 games like God of War, Final Fantasy 15?
If you're a PlayStation Plus member, you get that collection.
Yeah, if you have the Plus. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I think that's freaking awesome. Like, that's like all the major games that you could
Yeah.
one. Yeah, if you haven't played PS like any of those.
Wait. Say that again. You get
So if you're a
games.
PlayStation Plus member, you get that new collection, that curated collection that they released.
Yeah, and it's like God of War, Final Fantasy
Yeah.
15. It's Uncharted. It's there's a ton of them. Like
I love
Essentially
how
greatest hits.
I
Yeah,
love
the
how
greatest hits.
PlayStation does that. I love how they do
Yeah.
that because, and I'm being sarcastic, they do it all the time, where they give you this package, and they know the majority of people already have these fucking games.
But or you're like me and you don't. Like I only had
Yeah.
God of War and I only had.
Yeah, it must be nice, Jansen.
Yeah. Well, they're just giving you. Well, that's your fault, man. You should have waited till there's more games on the
Yeah,
PS5.
you want
then.
them to give you like brand new free games? Come on,
Yeah.
Caesar.
Jesus,
Yes.
man.
Don't be greedy, man. You get 2 free games every month.
Like I'm excited because I downloaded Persona 5 and I've never played it and I hear great things about it, so I want to play it. I'm sure the JRPG Book Club has something to say about that one. But so I downloaded that.
I know the free game for November is Shadows of Mordor, and like I
Yeah,
mentioned, that's one of the games that takes advantage of or bites the combat system in Batman Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
I could say not only do they rip it off, but they fucking enhance the shit out of that. The fighting in Shadows of Mordor still by far easily still my favorite game on the PlayStation 4, Shadows of Mordor.
Damn.
The battle system on that game, yeah, like I said, it's ripped off from Arkham Asylum, but they just improved on it. It's fantastic. The battle system is fucking, the combos are insane, and it's a mature rated game. So you get to see gore, you get to see heads come off. It's insane, dude.
Combo breaker.
Yeah, combo breaker.
Ultra combo.
Yeah, if you never played the game, I definitely say take advantage. Download it for free if you have PlayStation Plus. Play that game. Must play.
All right, it's good to know the Royal Edition is the better version of Persona 5 because it has 20 to 25% more content. Game Pass, yes, and I can't wait. No name brings up the Game Pass, and like PlayStation Plus is cool, but I think the Game Pass is by far like the greatest thing in video games right now. Like, it is freaking awesome, and the fact that if you get an Xbox Series X, like all the games they released are going to be free on the Game Pass. Like that's incredible. So whenever I do get that, I'll be excited about it.
Yes, Bill. Bill's rights, by the way. Also, the writing in Shadows of Mordor, fan-fucking-tastic. Some of the best story in Lord of the Rings. I wasn't the biggest fan of Shadow of War because I thought they got a little bit too ridiculous with it. I think what they had in Shadows of Mordor was just fine. They should have just kind of built off or continued off of that story and that game and what it was, but they just added way too much and they made it too convoluted, in my opinion. But yeah, Shadows of Mordor, download it, play it. But yeah, it's a great story for Lord of the Rings fans and just amazing game overall.
Cool. Sweet. And that was it. That was our rediscovery, guys. Rediscover Arkham Asylum. We all got roughly to the same place. I beat you guys, which is awesome. I'm probably further along in Miles Morales than you, Caesar. I'm way ahead of you on
Look
that.
at you, man, crushing it.
I'm crushing video games these last 2 weeks.
Winning at life.
I am winning at life. You're right. Like I'm excited. So for the next video game that we're doing, we're gonna take a trip back to Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be the next game that we rediscover. So that'll be in a few weeks. We're debating maybe we might do some updates as we go along and playing the game if we want to do that. But I think with Anthony, you've never played the game, right?
No, never played it, which is really surprising. Man. I don't know how I missed the boat on that one.
You don't know.
I think I know how because I was playing. I think it came out at the same time as, was it Final Fantasy 11? There was another MMO I think came out at the same time, and I think I got wrapped up into that one and a bunch of other games during that time.
I ended up finishing Knights of the Old Republic before I jumped on Final Fantasy 11.
Well, was Knights of the Republic only PC?
Xbox.
Oh, well, that was probably why, because I didn't have an Xbox at the time.
But now it's on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could play it on your phone. Just tell me this: have you seen anything on it? Any spoilers or anything? Do you know anything about the story? Keep it that way.
Man.
Keep it that way.
Yeah, just play it
through. You want to talk about amazing Star Wars story? Ooh, man, I am very excited for you. Very, very excited for you. And Bill,
be cool.
Bill is actually a big fan of this game. Favorite game. That's his favorite game. So, Bill, if you want to play that game along too, dude, I know you won't hesitate to play that game all over again. But yeah,
get on your phone now. It's so simple.
that's
I
insane.
keep saying that because it's crazy that you could get the entire, and it's like, and the download is less than like I don't know, like
probably
probably
download now like 10 megabytes.
Like Clash of Clans. Yeah, it's like It's probably like less than Clash of Clans.
That's amazing. Well, that's cool. And we've got our other categories picked out too. So if anybody wants to follow on.
You know what? Actually, Jansen, if you want to tell people how we're doing this properly, because there's a bunch of people that haven't been on the show for a while.
Yeah. So what we're doing is rediscovering every week. We have a new category that we're rediscovering. So first week we started off with The Killing Joke, as I mentioned. It was comic book. Then we moved on to movie, which was Dick Tracy. Then we moved on to TV, which was Doogie Howser. Then we moved on to video games. So it's like a rotation every 4 weeks. So the next one, obviously, we just said the next video game, which will be in 4 weeks from now. So we have a month to play it and like rediscover it. Is going to be Star Wars Knights of the Republic. Next week is our Rediscover comic book series, and we're doing the original Old Man Logan story arc, the 8-issue story arc in Wolverine. And so we're going to rediscovering Old Man Logan. So if you're watching it, or not watching it, reading it, or if you want to join along, you can get Old Man Logan on the Marvel Unlimited app if you have it. I don't know, is it on Hoopla?
Yeah, we've been doing the digital library stuff. So
we're
getting it through like your local library. You can get it through their digital platform.
Yeah, if you have it's actually cool too now. If you don't have a library card, you can actually go online. Before, with library cards, you'd have to go down to the library and you have to fill out papers and you have to send in your forms and stuff like that. But now you can do all digital, and you can go on Hoopla, which is like a digital library, and you could like essentially rent, like borrow the games.
We are hitting every spot for Bill right now, dude. We just hit his favorite game, and apparently we just hit on his favorite story.
Yeah, the Logan and Hawkeye. I saw the action figures at Target today when I went to Target. They have the Old Man Logan. Yeah, it's Hawkeye, and it was one of them. But yeah, so that's our next comic. That's going to be next week, Old Man Logan. The following week will be Rediscover movie. It's going to be Grandma's Boy, which I haven't seen.
So excited! Yeah, which is going to be amazing.
Oh,
I can't.
I'm really hoping I don't like it, just so I can be on the opposite end. So it's going to be Grandma's Boy, and then when we rediscover TV, we're going to go into the world anime. We're going to do Attack on Titan season 1, and then we'll do Star Wars Knights of the Republic.
Grandma's Boy, not a favorite of Bill's, but do you like it?
Yeah, I'm a little suspect on the choice of this movie. I'd rather have done the Mighty Ducks, but
we could do the Mighty Ducks next time, man.
Yeah, we're doing that next time. You should at least see it, because it is one of those cult classics.
I'm joking.
Especially for the game industry, it's must watch before you end. That should be like an interview question. If you're interviewing for a game position for any game company, you're like, okay.
I guarantee you've heard people quote the movie and you had no idea they're recording.
Exactly.
It'll be interesting. So next week we'll be back usual time, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. PT. We'll be talking Old Man Logan along with news, and we'll be talking Mandalorian episode 12. Mm-hmm. And then whatever else that comes along. But thank you guys for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Please be sure if you're not following or you're not doing, please hit the follow or subscribe button on Twitch. Go to all of our social channels, and also the Rediscover Geek social as Rediscover Geek at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. But thank you guys.
Real quick, if I can just a quick plug is this Thursday I will be joining Bill on his JRPG book club, where we'll be discussing PlayStation 5. So definitely stay tuned for that.
So you're doing another podcast too. So we have two people.
Yeah, we're ditching.
2 people cheating on me with other people. I get it. All right.
You see how it is. Where was our invites? How come Caesar only got the invite?
Yeah, Bill.
Oh,
I'm just messing.
Yeah, but if you guys, I'm
not gonna have Bill on for a while.
If you guys haven't had a chance yet, check out the JRPG Book Club. You can find them on Instagram, Twitter, and anything else. Bill, put it on the chat there. But we're gonna be recording that episode on Thursday, and then we'll let you know when it comes out. But looking forward to that. Other than that, I guess we're good to go.
Cool. Yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. We'll be back next week, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. PT. And don't forget to rediscover your geek.
Geek.
I feel like I'm the only one
You
doing that
purposely
now.
messed it up. You purposely messed it up.
I purposely mess it up all the time.
I was gonna join you with the rediscover your geek, but then you slowed down, and then Anthony came in, and then it was just all over the place.
All right, well, peace out, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Enjoy your PS5 if you have one.
Yes.
Or Xbox, I guess.
Yes, enjoy your PS5s. Bye.